My friends, let me ask you something powerful today. Have you noticed that as we age, our muscles just don't feel the same? You go to bed at night and the next morning, instead of feeling stronger and energized, you feel weaker, slower, and even a little stiffer. This is not your imagination. This is not just getting old. What's happening is something called muscle catabolism. Your body is breaking down muscle tissue, especially while you sleep. Now here's the truth. Every single night while you're sleeping, your body enters a fasting state. That means you're not eating, you're not giving your body nutrition, and your body still needs fuel to keep the heart beating, the lungs breathing, the brain active. Where does it get that fuel from? If you don't have the right nutrition before bed, your body will pull it from your muscles. And that's why so many seniors lose strength year after year. But here's the exciting news. You don't have to accept this. You don't have to watch your muscles disappear. There's something you can do every single night to stop that muscle loss and even help build new strength while you sleep. And it comes down to eating this one thing before bed, a slow digesting, protein-rich food. My friends, I want to open your eyes to something that most people never think about. Every single night while you're sleeping peacefully, something very real is happening inside your body. You might think that because you're resting, your body is resting too, but that's not the whole truth. Your heart is still beating, your lungs are still expanding and contracting, your brain is still alive and active, and your cells are still working tirelessly. All of that requires energy, and when you haven't eaten for hours, your body must find a way to fuel itself. And here's the reality. When you go into that long period of fasting overnight, your body often turns to one of your most precious resources, your muscles. That's right. During sleep, many people are unknowingly losing muscle mass. This is something scientists call catabolism, which simply means the breakdown of tissues to release energy. In other words, if your body doesn't have the nutrients it needs, it begins to rob from its own storage. And unfortunately, muscle is one of the easiest places for it to take from. This is why so many seniors wake up in the morning feeling weaker, more fatigued, or even sore in their muscles. They didn't overwork themselves during the day. They didn't run a marathon in their sleep. What happened is their body had to survive the night, and it chose to pull amino acids, the building blocks of protein, from their muscles to keep the rest of the body alive and functioning. Now here's something fascinating. Most people assume that the only time they should worry about muscle loss is when they're dieting or when they're not exercising enough. But studies show that the breakdown of muscle during sleep is one of the greatest contributors to age-related muscle decline. Think about it. Every single night you're spending 6, 7, 8 hours without food. Multiply that by weeks, months, years, and decades. It's no wonder that as we get older, our muscles seem to shrink away little by little. What happens during sleep is this: your body enters different stages, including light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. In those stages, hormones are released. One of them, growth hormone, is designed to help repair and rebuild. But if your body doesn't have the raw material, the amino acids from protein, then that hormone doesn't have much to work with. It's like having a construction worker show up at a building site with no bricks, no wood, no tools. The worker is there, ready to build, but there's nothing to build with. And so instead of creating new tissue, your body just maintains the minimum and then pulls from muscle stores to keep your organs running. Now imagine the consequences of this night after night. You might feel your legs getting weaker, your grip not as strong, your back not as firm. You may even notice you're walking slower or having trouble with balance. This is not just a result of aging. This is a result of your body taking away from your muscles because you didn't give it what it needed before bed. I want you to understand this clearly. Muscle isn't just about strength. It's about survival. It keeps you upright. It helps you lift, walk, climb stairs, and even breathe more efficiently. When you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down. You burn fewer calories at rest. You become more prone to weight gain around your belly. And worst of all, the loss of muscle directly leads to frailty, falls, and loss of independence. So this problem of overnight muscle breakdown is not a small thing. It's a matter of how long you stay strong, healthy, and self-sufficient. When you're young, the body is more forgiving. You can skip meals, you can miss a little sleep, and your muscle mass doesn't suffer too much. But once you reach your 50s, 60s, and beyond, the story changes. The body becomes less efficient at using protein, less efficient at repairing, and more prone to muscle wasting. This is why so many seniors are shocked when they lose muscle so quickly after just a few days of illness, or why they feel their body changing almost overnight. It's not sudden, it's been happening every night, little by little, while you were asleep. Think about this picture. You lay down in bed, you close your eyes, your body begins to relax, but inside it's searching, it's looking for fuel to keep the lights on. It scans through the bloodstream, and if it doesn't find enough circulating nutrients, it dips into your reserves. The easiest reserves to use are glycogen from your liver, but once that runs low, it doesn't take long for the body to start pulling amino acids from muscle. And those amino acids are then converted into glucose through a process called gluconeogenesis, just to keep your blood sugar steady while you sleep. This process may sound complicated, but the bottom line is simple. Your body is breaking down your muscle tissue just to survive the night. Now here's something I really want you to think about. This process is silent. You don't feel it happening. You don't wake up in pain or alarm. It just happens quietly night after night until one day you realize you've lost too much. Your legs don't feel as stable. Your arms don't carry as much weight. And you're wondering, what happened to me? Well, the answer is it happened while you were sleeping. But the beautiful part is this. Once you understand the problem, you can fix it. Knowledge is power, my friends. Once you realize that your body is in a fasting state overnight, you can begin to prepare for it. You can stop the cycle of catabolism by giving your body what it needs before you close your eyes. That means not allowing yourself to go to bed in a completely fasted, nutrient-starved state. That means understanding the value of slow digesting protein and using it as a shield against muscle loss. Think of your muscles as your savings account. Every day you want to deposit into that account and protect it from withdrawals. But if you go to bed without fuel, your body will withdraw from that account every single night. And if you keep letting it happen, the account runs dry. But when you give your body nutrition before bed, you're saying, here, take this fuel instead. Leave my muscles alone. That's the secret. That's the first step toward protecting your body against this silent loss. So my message to you is this: stop underestimating what happens at night. Stop thinking that your body is just shutting down. It's not. Stop thinking that your body is just shutting down. It's not. It's alive, active, and it has needs. And if you don't meet those needs, it will take from the very tissue that gives you strength and independence. Protect your muscles because they are your foundation for life. I want you to take a deep breath and really let this sink in. The answer to stopping muscle loss while you sleep is not complicated. It's not about expensive supplements or complicated diets. It's about giving your body the right kind of fuel, specifically slow digesting protein. This is the single most powerful tool you can use to protect your muscles during the long hours of fasting at night. Now let's talk about why slow digesting protein is so special. You see, not all proteins are created equal. Some proteins are like dry leaves thrown onto a fire. They burn hot, fast, and then disappear. These are fast digesting proteins. Others are like thick logs. They take a long time to burn, and they provide steady, lasting energy. That's slow digesting protein. When it comes to protecting your muscles overnight, you want those slow burning logs, not the quick burning leaves. When you eat a piece of bread, a plate of pasta, or even a whey protein shake right before bed, your body digests it quickly. Within a couple of hours, that fuel is used up, your blood sugar drops, and your body is once again searching for energy. And where does it turn? To your muscles. But when you eat a food like cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, or casein protein, those amino acids are released into your bloodstream gradually over many hours. This slow release keeps a steady supply of nutrients available for your muscles all night long. It's like giving your muscles a slow IV drip of healing medicine hour after hour while you sleep. Let's imagine two people going to bed at the same time. The first person eats nothing before bed. They think they're doing the right thing by fasting. They fall asleep, and within a few hours, their body starts running low on fuel. By the middle of the night, their body is breaking down muscle tissue to keep blood sugar stable. They wake up in the morning weaker, even if they don't feel it right away. Now picture the second person. Before going to bed, they eat half a cup of cottage cheese. That cottage cheese is packed with casein protein, one of the slowest digesting proteins you can find. As they sleep, their body has a steady supply of amino acids trickling into the bloodstream. The muscles are fed, protected, and repaired. Growth hormone can do its job. The body doesn't need to steal from muscle tissue. They wake up not weaker, but stronger, healthier, and better protected. That's the difference. That's the power of slow digesting protein. You see, protein is more than just a nutrient. It's the very foundation of your body. Every muscle fiber, every organ, every cell relies on protein to repair and function. But what makes slow digesting protein unique is its ability to provide that foundation over time. Think of it like filling a leaky bucket. If you pour all the water in quickly, most of it runs out right away, leaving the bucket empty. But if you drip the water in slowly, the bucket stays fuller for much longer. That's exactly what happens in your body when you eat slow digesting protein before bed. Some of you may be wondering, but Dr. Mandell, can't I just eat dinner and be fine? Dinner is important, yes, but by the time you go to sleep and hours pass into the night, that dinner is long gone. By midnight or 1 in the morning, your body has already burned through it. The key is to provide a last line of defense before bed, something that lasts throughout the night. Greek yogurt, especially the plain unsweetened kind, is an excellent choice. It's rich in protein, low in sugar, and easy to digest. Cottage cheese is another powerful food. Just half a cup gives you a slow, steady stream of protein for 6 to 8 hours. If you don't tolerate dairy, you can look into plant-based options like soy protein, which also digests more slowly than others. Even a hard-boiled egg can make a difference because the protein in eggs combined with the fat slows down digestion and gives your body something to work with overnight. I want you to really understand this truth. It's not about eating more, it's about eating smarter. A small, high-protein snack before bed can change everything. It doesn't have to be a full meal. It doesn't have to overload your stomach. Just enough to give your muscles the tools they need to stay strong while you sleep. Let's look at the science for a moment. Research has shown that older adults who consume casein protein before bed have significantly higher muscle protein synthesis compared to those who don't. That means their bodies are actively building and repairing muscle tissue overnight. Other studies show that those who consume slow digesting protein wake up with less muscle breakdown and better overall muscle preservation. In plain language, the right protein at the right time keeps you from losing what you've worked so hard to build. And here's something else to think about. Slow digesting protein doesn't just protect muscle, it also supports your metabolism. When your body has to work harder to digest protein slowly, it burns more energy in the process. That means you're actually supporting weight control while also protecting muscle mass. It's a double benefit. And for seniors who often struggle with both muscle loss and weight gain, this is a game changer. Let me emphasize this again because it's so important. It's not about eating a giant portion of food before bed. That can cause discomfort, indigestion, and even poor sleep. The secret is a small portion of the right kind of protein. A few spoonfuls of Greek yogurt, a small serving of cottage cheese, a boiled egg, that's all it takes. When you think about it this way, it's almost like insurance for your muscles. Every night, before you close your eyes, you have a choice. You can go to bed unprotected and allow your body to pull from your muscles, or you can make a simple, wise choice and give your body what it needs to stay strong. This one small habit, repeated every night, can mean the difference between losing muscle and keeping it, between weakness and strength, between frailty and independence. So I urge you, my friends, don't overlook this. Don't think it's too simple to matter. The truth is, it's the simple things done consistently that create the biggest results in life. Protect your muscles with slow digesting protein. Give your body what it needs and watch how your mornings begin to change. You'll feel stronger, steadier, more alive. Your muscles are your lifeline and they deserve to be protected. Every night, your body is fighting to repair and heal. When you give it slow digesting protein, you're giving it the exact ammunition it needs to win that battle. And when you win that battle, night after night, you don't just preserve muscle, you preserve your health, your independence, and your future. My friends, this is where the truth becomes very powerful. I want you to realize something that most people never think about. Muscles are not built in the gym. They are not built when you are walking, lifting weights, stretching, or exercising. In fact, during those times, you are actually breaking muscle tissue down. What you feel as soreness after exercise is not growth. It's tiny little tears in your muscle fibers. The building, the repairing, the strengthening, the growth, all of that happens when you are resting. And most importantly, while you are sleeping. Think about this for a moment. You go into the gym, you lift weights, you push your body, you stress the muscle fibers. That exercise is like digging little ditches in the muscle tissue. But unless you fill those ditches back in with the right materials, they stay empty. What fills them? Amino acids from protein. And when does that filling, repairing, and rebuilding take place? At night, when your body shifts into healing mode. Sleep is not just a time of unconsciousness. It is the most important recovery tool you have. During sleep, your body is releasing hormones like growth hormone and testosterone. These hormones are your repairmen. They show up at the job site, ready to fix the damage, ready to strengthen the tissue, ready to make your muscles more resilient. But here's the catch. If there are no materials, they have nothing to build with. Imagine a construction crew showing up to a site with no bricks, no cement, no wood. They can't do their job. And so if you go to bed without the right nutrition, your body has the workers but no building supplies. And what do they do instead? They start tearing down what's already there. They rob from your existing muscles just to get by. This is why people can spend hours exercising, walking, or doing activities but never see results. They push themselves, they expect their muscles to grow stronger, but they forget that the magic happens after the work, not during the work. Growth is a nighttime job. Healing is a nighttime job. And if you don't give your body the right nutrients before bed, you are sabotaging the very process you need most. Now let's look deeper into this. Your muscles are made of protein, and protein is made up of amino acids. At night, your body needs a steady supply of these amino acids to patch up all the little tears caused by activity. If you provide them, your muscles don't just repair, they repair stronger than before. That's how growth happens. The muscle adapts to the stress by rebuilding itself to be more resilient. But if you don't provide those amino acids, your body still needs to heal somehow. So what does it do? It steals amino acids from your existing muscle tissue. It literally breaks down muscle to rebuild muscle, and in the end, you're not gaining, you're losing. That's why so many older adults feel like their muscles are fading away no matter what they do. They might be active, they might even be exercising, but they're not supporting the repair process at night. And remember, as you age, your body becomes less efficient at using protein. This means you need to be even more intentional about when and how you give your body protein, and there is no more critical window than before you go to sleep. Think of it like this. The day is when you create the stress. The night is when you create the strength. Without both, you can't win. You can't just exercise without rest. You can't just sleep without nutrition. The two must work together. And when they do, the results are incredible. Your muscles stay strong, your body stays balanced, and you wake up feeling more alive. Here's another point to consider. During deep sleep, your body is in its highest repair mode. Blood flow to the muscles increases. The nervous system relaxes. Cells go into regeneration. This is the prime time for healing. If you miss this window by not providing the right fuel, you've lost the most valuable opportunity of the day. It's like having a free repair service show up at your house every night, but if you don't give them tools, they walk away without fixing anything. Now let me connect this to everyday life, because this is not just about bodybuilding or looking strong. This is about protecting your independence, your health, and your ability to live the way you want. Every step you take requires muscle strength. Every time you get out of a chair, climb a set of stairs, or carry a bag of groceries, you're relying on the strength of your muscles. If they are not being repaired and rebuilt every night, they are declining, and when they decline, life becomes harder. Simple tasks become struggles. And over time, this decline leads to frailty, falls, and the loss of independence. But here's the hope. You can stop that decline, you can reverse it, you can give your body what it needs so that instead of breaking down, it builds up. And the key moment is when you are asleep. So ask yourself, what are you doing every night to make sure your muscles are being rebuilt? A small serving of Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or casein protein before bed can completely change your nights. Instead of your body robbing from your muscles, it will use those nutrients to repair them. Instead of waking up weaker, you'll wake up stronger. Instead of your muscles disappearing, they'll be preserved. Some of you may worry, but eating before bed isn't good for me. And I understand that concern, but I want to remind you it's not about eating a heavy meal or stuffing yourself. It's about a small intentional choice, just enough to provide the slow digesting protein that your body needs to make it through the night. You're not feeding your stomach, you're feeding your muscles, your future, your independence. Every night you have two choices. You can allow your body to slip into breakdown mode, stealing from your muscles and making you weaker, or you can provide the right fuel and let your body enter into build mode, repairing, healing, and strengthening you from the inside out. The choice may seem small, but the difference it makes is enormous. So remember this, your muscles are not built when you are awake. They are built while you are asleep, but only if you give your body the tools it needs. If you want to wake up stronger, more energized, and more confident, start feeding your body slow digesting protein before bed. Don't rob yourself of the opportunity to grow. Don't let your body waste away during the very time it was designed to heal. Your body is a miracle. It knows how to repair itself. It knows how to adapt, but it needs your help. Give it what it needs at night, and you will transform not just your muscles, but your entire life. You'll be stronger, healthier, and ready to live fully each and every day. Let me share something very important with you. Many people worry about eating before bed because they've been told it will make them gain weight, cause indigestion, or disrupt their sleep. But the truth is, when you do it correctly, eating a small portion of the right foods before you go to sleep can be one of the healthiest habits you ever develop. And what I want you to understand is this. It's not the size of the portion that matters, it's the quality. A small serving of slow digesting protein can protect your muscles, improve your recovery, and keep you strong without ever leading to unwanted weight gain. Let's clear up a big myth. Weight gain doesn't come from eating late at night. Weight gain comes from eating more calories than your body burns day after day, regardless of the time. If you eat a heavy pizza, ice cream, or cookies before bed, yes, that's going to add unnecessary calories, sugar, and fat, which can easily turn into weight gain. But if you eat a modest portion of something like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a boiled egg, you're giving your body the protein it needs to repair and maintain muscle. That's a world of difference. Think of it this way. Imagine you own a car. If you fill that car's tank with the wrong kind of fuel, the car will still run, but over time it's going to damage the engine. But if you put in the right fuel, even in small amounts, the engine runs smoothly and efficiently. Your body works the same way. Before bed, if you fuel it with heavy, sugary, or processed foods, it stores that as fat. But if you fuel it with a small amount of protein-rich food, it uses that fuel for healing, repair, and strength. Now here's the beauty of small portions. Your body doesn't need much before bed. In fact, too much food can backfire because it can make your digestive system work overtime when it should be resting. That's why the key is just enough. A small cup of plain Greek yogurt, half a cup of cottage cheese, one boiled egg, or even a handful of nuts if you tolerate them well. These are small, light, nutrient-rich portions that deliver maximum benefit with minimal strain. Why is this so powerful? Because when you give your body just a little slow digesting protein, it doesn't overwhelm the stomach, it doesn't spike your blood sugar, and it doesn't overload you with calories. Instead, it provides a steady stream of amino acids, what your muscles are desperately asking for at night. Those amino acids are then delivered into your bloodstream slowly over several hours, fueling muscle repair and preventing breakdown. And here's something very encouraging. These small nighttime snacks actually support your metabolism. Protein requires more energy to digest compared to fats and carbohydrates. This is called the thermic effect of food. That means your body burns more calories just by breaking down protein. So not only are you protecting your muscles, but you're also keeping your metabolism active even while you sleep. Now let me talk to those of you who are concerned about recovery. As we age, recovery becomes harder. Maybe you've noticed that if you go for a walk, do some yard work, or even just clean around the house, it takes longer for your muscles to bounce back compared to when you were younger. This is because your muscles don't repair as quickly and they don't have the same reserves of amino acids to draw from. By giving your body a little protein before bed, you are speeding up that recovery process. You're saying to your body, here's the material you need. Now go repair. The next morning, instead of waking up stiff, sore, and fatigued, you wake up with less soreness, more energy, and a feeling of strength. But it doesn't stop there. Protecting muscle at night is also about protecting your independence. A small portion of protein before bed is not just about being stronger tomorrow morning. It's about preserving your ability to walk confidently, to carry groceries, to climb stairs, to live life on your terms. And it's these little daily choices that add up. One small bowl of Greek yogurt before bed may not feel like a big deal, but do it every night for a year, and you'll notice that you're not losing muscle the way your peers are. You'll feel younger, more capable, and more vibrant because you gave your body what it needed consistently. Now let me address one more fear that many people have. They think, if I eat before bed, I'll have trouble sleeping. That can be true if you eat the wrong foods or eat too much. Heavy meals before bed can cause indigestion, acid reflux, or restlessness. But when you keep it small and simple, just a protein-rich snack, it actually helps you sleep better. Protein, especially when combined with a little healthy fat, can stabilize blood sugar levels overnight. That means fewer spikes and crashes in your blood sugar, which translates into more restful, deeper sleep. And deeper sleep means better healing, better energy, and better overall health. You see, the body is intelligent, it knows how to heal, but it relies on you to give it the right tools. When you eat a small, slow-digesting protein snack before bed, you're working with your body instead of against it. You're supporting the natural repair process instead of letting it run empty. Here's a practical example. A half cup of cottage cheese has about 12 grams of protein. That's not a lot of food, it's just a few spoonfuls. But those 12 grams of protein can make a huge difference in supplying your muscles with amino acids throughout the night. Greek yogurt is similar. One boiled egg has about 6 grams of protein, and combined with the healthy fat in the yolk, it slows digestion enough to keep your muscles fed. These are small, simple portions, but their effect is powerful. Think of this as a nightly ritual. Just as you brush your teeth before bed to protect your teeth, you can eat a small protein snack before bed to protect your muscles. Both are small actions, but both have huge impacts over time. Neglect your teeth and you'll lose them. Neglect your muscles and you'll lose them too. But care for them every day and they'll serve you well into old age. So my friends, don't be afraid of eating before bed. Be smart about it. Choose the right food, keep the portions small, and let your body use it to repair and rebuild overnight. Stop letting myths about late night eating rob you of your strength and health. The truth is simple. A small portion done consistently will not cause weight gain. It will protect you from weakness, help you recover faster, and keep you strong for years to come. This is about more than food. This is about your future. Every night, you have the power to decide whether your muscles will shrink or stay strong. Every night, you have the chance to feed your body what it truly needs. And when you choose wisely, you are investing in yourself, in your independence, and in your quality of life. Remember, small actions done consistently create big results. Just a few spoonfuls of the right food before bed can change your mornings, your muscles, and your health. Don't let fear or misinformation stop you. Protect your body with small portions of slow digesting protein, and you will wake up stronger, not just tomorrow, but for the rest of your life. I want you to understand something that is more important than almost anything else we've talked about so far. Protecting your muscle is not just about looking strong. It's not just about flexing in the mirror or carrying a little extra weight on your frame. It is about your life, your freedom, your mobility, and your independence. Without muscle, the body begins to lose its foundation. And when that happens, every part of your life is affected. Think about this. Your muscles are not just for strength. They are for survival. They help you stand upright. They keep you balanced. They allow you to move freely. They help you catch yourself if you stumble. They even protect your joints by absorbing shock and stabilizing your body during movement. Every step you take, every chair you rise from, every object you lift, it all depends on muscle. When you lose muscle, you don't just lose strength. You lose your ability to live on your own terms. Now let's be very real. As we age, one of the greatest threats to independence is falling. Falls are the #1 cause of injury in older adults. And many times it's not because someone wasn't careful, it's because their muscles weren't strong enough to catch them. Weak leg muscles, weak core muscles, weak stabilizing muscles, these are what make a small stumble turn into a dangerous fall. But when you preserve muscle, you protect yourself from that. You give your body the strength to stay balanced, the ability to react quickly, and the resilience to handle life's little missteps without tragedy. And it's not only about falls. When you lose muscle, you lose energy. Have you ever noticed how some people seem tired all the time, even when they don't do much? That's often because they've lost muscle mass, and with it, they've lost their body's engine. Muscle is metabolically active tissue. It burns calories even when you're sitting still. The more muscle you have, the more energy your body produces naturally. But the less muscle you have, the slower your metabolism, the less energy you feel, and the easier it becomes to gain unwanted fat. This is why so many seniors gain weight even though they're eating the same or less than they used to. Their muscle has declined, their engine has slowed, and their body can no longer burn fuel efficiently. But let me tell you something encouraging. Muscle is not just a young person's game. You can build muscle at any age. You can preserve it, you can strengthen it, and you can even increase it, no matter if you are 50, 60, 70, or older. The key is giving your body the right conditions to repair and rebuild. That means staying active, yes, but it also means fueling your muscles with protein, especially before bed when the repair process is at its peak. By doing this, you're not only keeping your body strong, you're also keeping your independence, your vitality, and your quality of life. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine two people in their 70s. One has protected their muscles for years. They eat wisely, they stay active, and they fuel their body properly at night. This person wakes up in the morning, gets out of bed with ease, goes for a walk, carries groceries, and enjoys time with their grandchildren without fatigue or fear. They move confidently because their body has the strength to support them. Now imagine another person the same age who didn't protect their muscles. They never thought about protein, never fueled their body before bed, and allowed their muscles to waste away year after year. This person struggles to get out of a chair, walks slowly, tires easily, and fears falling every time they take a step. Their independence is slipping away, not because of illness, but because of preventable muscle loss. Both people are the same age, but their quality of life is completely different. Which person do you want to be? The choice is yours, and the difference often comes down to small habits repeated consistently over time. Eating a small portion of protein before bed is not just about the next morning, it's about building a future where you remain strong, active, and independent. There's another dimension here too. Muscle doesn't just protect your movement, it protects your health. Research shows that people with more muscle mass have better blood sugar control, healthier blood pressure, stronger bones, and even better brain function. That's because muscle acts as a storage tank for glucose, taking pressure off your bloodstream and your pancreas. Strong muscles also support better circulation, which delivers oxygen and nutrients throughout your body more efficiently. And when your muscles are active and strong, they release powerful molecules called myokines that help fight inflammation and disease. So when I say preserving muscle protects your independence, I'm not just talking about walking or lifting, I'm talking about protecting your entire body from your brain to your bones to your heart. Muscle is medicine. And the stronger you keep it, the healthier every system in your body becomes. Now let me circle back to something very practical. Preserving muscle is not about eating massive amounts of food or spending hours in the gym. It's about small, smart, consistent actions. A simple evening habit of eating slow digesting protein before bed, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, eggs, or plant-based alternatives is enough to give your muscles the fuel they need. Combine that with light activity during the day, even just walking or bodyweight exercises, and you create the perfect formula for protecting your independence. I want you to see every bite of slow digesting protein before bed as an investment. You're not just eating, you're putting money in the bank of your health. And that bank pays dividends. Tomorrow you'll wake up stronger. Next month you'll walk more confidently. Next year, you'll still be living independently, able to enjoy life on your terms. That's the power of small daily habits. So my message to you is simple. Don't let your muscles disappear while you sleep. Don't let years of neglect steal your independence. You have the power to change your future with small intentional choices today. Start with one habit. Fuel your muscles before bed. Protect them, preserve them, and let them carry you forward into a life of strength, freedom, and vitality. Remember, your muscles are your lifeline. They are your foundation. They are the very thing that allows you to live with dignity, mobility, and independence. Don't let them waste away. Guard them, feed them, respect them, and they will reward you with a life full of energy, confidence, and joy. So tonight, before you go to bed, ask yourself this question: am I giving my body the tools it needs to stay strong? If the answer is yes, you'll sleep not only with peace, but with the knowledge that you are building a future where your independence is secure. If the answer is no, it's never too late to start. One small step, one small portion of protein, one small change, that's all it takes to begin rewriting your future. Stay motivated, stay strong, and never forget the choices you make today will decide the freedom you have tomorrow. Protect your muscles because they are the key to protecting your life.